everlasting, truly everlasting. And true stings, we talk about bad things, only ever bad things. This past year's been a nightmare. I've been losing my shit trying to fight fair. Really all I need is fresh air. My girl left, never came back. I've been racking my brain trying to think back. Was I truly ever like that? I
Yo, yo, what's up, everybody? Glad to be back. Glad to be back. Sorry, I took like a week off. Just wanted to take a week off. We had some nicer weather. Wanted to take my dog out and do some stuff. But anyways, tried to stay active on Twitter and Discord. Uh, I was in a short at 44,250 and then 41.5. I think I took profit yesterday. So currently not in a trade, but for those of you that are in my analytics program or trading school, you knew where those to take those entries, and we've been talking about them for really a couple weeks now. For the most part, I'm thinking we're gonna go down. To be fair, it's not looking good with Russia. Put war in this title for a reason, and you know things aren't looking too good. But good to see we've got a nice little crowd today. What's up, Terry? What's up, Cheese? What's up, VK? Inflation all-time high. Whales are selling every single time Bitcoin pump. Volume is going down as price is going up. Have you guys went to the grocery store? Yeah, that's. Are you just saying what I say every single time? Oh, you're the one of the best on CT. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I just try and be realistic. Like, and I provide reasons for everything that I do. We have like all these moon boys that are like 100K, 100K, and that's all they say. They don't provide any analytics. They give you some crazy fib chart that doesn't make any sense. One of these people is Tech Dev. Tech Dev's an idiot. Also, I had Big Chode or Big Chad or whatever. He was telling me that volume doesn't matter in a trend. Doesn't matter. Well, that was what, a week ago? And here we are. So shout out to you, Big Chode, Big Chad. If any of the viewers would like to at him for me, I currently haven't blocked because I don't care to see idiots on Twitter. So, if you could add him, I'm sure his long is underwater and he bought the local high. So, yeah, if you guys follow me on Twitter, for like 4 hours, me and Big Chode went at it, and he was saying volume doesn't matter in a trend. You're supposed to have low volume, and I was saying no, you don't. That's not. You need momentum to carry your trend, whether it's up or down. And Big Chode goes, he goes, well, in classical charting, that it doesn't actually matter. And I said, classical charting, like what? He's like, have you ever read a book before? I'm like, a book? Yes, I've read a book. What do you think I'm blind? Like what? And the book he recommends me is a book that he wrote. Like, okay, thanks, Chode. Like, you recommended me a book that you wrote. Of course, it's going to follow exactly what you think because you wrote it, you idiot. And, that was at the local high, and here we are today. I believe we're, 20% lower than where he told me volume didn't matter. So, shout out to you, Big Chode. Your book's killing it. I will never purchase it. Maplaw, show yourself. Yeah, Maplaw, where you at, dog? Crackhead. Maplaw's a character in our Discord. Very smart guy. I know he's extremely smart because he doesn't shut up. He's got that genius level IQ for sure. Big joke. Yeah, I like that one. Big joke. Here, let me, here, hold on. I'm going to tweet at him real quick. Let me unblock him and, hold up. Let me, sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to tweet at him live real fast. How do I unblock people again? I have to go to settings. I'm like an old man now. Alright. Blocked users. Where is this? Dude, like, why is this? Why did they change this on the phone? Like, that's so dumb. Privacy, safety, mute block. Here it is. Blocked accounts. Man, I got. Where's Chode? It's funny. I'm actually looking for an account called Big Chode, and I just skipped over his account. Oh man, that'll never get old. I swear. All right, dude. Why can't I? Why won't it? And this is pissing me off. Why can't you search like people you have blocked? What if you accidentally block someone and you gotta like unblock them because they're stalking you and they need you to unblock them? Whatever that means. All right, where's Big Chode? By the way, this list I'm going through is my VIP blocked list. If you're on it, you're an idiot. Man, where is this guy? There's Kanon. Can someone give me just Ched's Twitter handle? Because I'll just tweet at him. I can't find it. I think he... For some reason, I can't find him. Just said. Someone please give me Big Chode's Twitter handle. Please and thank you. I guess, like... Please, someone? Alright, once I get that, we'll troll him a little bit here. But alright, let's get started with the TA. Looks like we got a good audience today. It's alright, guys. First things first, stock market. Can't really talk a lot because stock market's closed today. It's a holiday. But not looking too good. Dow Jones closed below the 50 weekly last week. Honestly, I think we're entering a recession. We can see it very, very easily with fundamental analysis. You guys know. Oh, okay. I just got it. Thank you, Ann. I appreciate it. Big Cheds. Oh, I got him. Alright, I'm gonna tweet at him real quick. Didn't matter. And friend. He bought. All right, we'll think of something else here in a minute. But yeah, Dow Jones below the 50 weekly. Honestly, guys, not a good sign. Like inflation's at an all-time high. People can't afford to live. Cost of goods are up 20%. People aren't making 20% more than they were making last year. Lots of people just aren't working in general. There's a statistic out there. I believe it's over 50% of Americans don't have a $500 emergency fund. So if you think about this, and I think over 75% of Americans are in debt, some kind of debt. Can I recommend a book about trading? Nah, man, I never read any books about trading. I learned everything on YouTube and reading and experience, and kind of developed my own system. But anyways, yeah, like, you guys look around, go to the grocery store, hot dogs, pasta, the processed cheese that's really cheap, it's all gone. People can't afford to live. It's unfortunate what's going to happen. I mean, obviously it's affecting the lower class first, but next is the middle class. And I have a lot of people in my Discord that are middle class kind of people. You know, they've been getting by pretty well. They've got a family and they've been chugging along, you know, and now it's like, now they're wondering what they're going to do. They're pulling funds from investments to pay for stuff. Like, they're like, well, you know, they need more money for stuff. It's getting pretty ugly. S&P 500 closing, or I guess we open. Like, is this right? Because I'm pretty sure the stock market was closed today, but it looks like we closed below the 50. I'm pretty sure this is right. Could be wrong, but either way, we're below the 50 weekly moving average. Not a good sign. To me, this kind of looks like a head and shoulders here. We'll see what happens, but being below the 50 again, not necessarily a good sign. I believe this is the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ closed below the 50, retested, and is now pretty much following the path that I've had drawn for quite a while. Again, guys, the major index funds are below the 50 weekly moving averages. You know, there's possible war on the horizon, yada, yada, yada. We talk about this every week. And, you know, we know that cryptocurrency is a volatile asset, and volatile assets get sold off first. So anyone that even thinks for a second that crypto is going to hold its value or is a hedge against everything that's happening, crypto's down 50% and the stock market's down, like, well, the NASDAQ is down 21%. The Dow is down 7%. and the S&P is down, I believe 12%, 10%. So anyone that's telling you that crypto is a hedge against anything right now is full of shit. There's all these commercials and everything that say, oh, well, Bitcoin's only gone up this whole time. Well, so has the stock market, and crypto's never seen a recession. And as bullish as I am about crypto, 99% of the crypto projects are complete bullshit. And a lot of them are pump and dump schemes, and a lot of them never go anywhere. And everyone, they'll pump, and then you'll get news. It's like, oh, the dev team's going to do X, Y, and Z. The dev team this, the dev team that. They don't do anything. The Doge dev team have been saying they're going to do things for the last year, and the lead team leader for the dev team just quit. So I don't really understand like why people think that, like, why people are married to their altcoins. Like, most of them don't do anything. 29K is delayed until further notice. Baby. What platform do I use for trading? So I use Bitget. There is a link in the description down below. I was actually approached by them, for those of you that have seen my tweets or in Discord. And I've been looking for a new exchange for probably about 3 or 4 months. I used Binance US, Coinbase Pro. I used Femex. The problem with Femex is their withdrawal times are ridiculous, and honestly, I don't trust their security. Their support team's okay, but to me, I didn't really like it. And then I got approached by Bitget, and I like them. They have a good support team. They have the highest rated security. They have their top 5 in derivatives liquidity. And honestly, like, as much as I am shilling this on you guys, I'm not really shilling. I'm promoting them because I believe that they're a worthy exchange. They don't have the overloads that Binance US had. For those of you that don't know, this wick is real. And guess what? I got stopped out on it. And it sucked because I was up $20,000. Was not happy about this at all. It really pissed me off. We went from 67 all the way down to 8,000 in like 15 seconds. Binance US still has not really answered this and why this happened. They said it was an overload, a glitch, and guess what? I have not been refunded. I have not heard back from their support team, and frankly, I took all my money out of Binance US, and that's why I'm using Bitget now. Sick and tired of getting absolutely hammered by bullshit. Frankly, I just want a reliable exchange that I can trust that my stop losses aren't going to get hit, unless trend invalidates. Will Bitcoin bounce to 40K before dump to 29? I mean, probably. We never really know, but we're going to talk about some stuff and things, a couple things that I'm noticing. But all right, let's look at total charts. Total, to be honest, not that good. Turn off moving averages here. Kind of following our upward trend resistance here. We rejected 2 weeks ago. Last week I took off, so I never really got to talk about it. There is a possible double bottom here, but frankly, I'm not really trusting it considering what's happening with the rest of the world in the stock market. If the stock market really does dip hard, well, this double bottom won't matter. But for the most part, I mean, we're just kind of rejecting this diagonal resistance, still looking very bearish. Nothing really screams trend reversal just yet. Let's even look at the daily here. Daily, I mean, yeah, very possible that a double bottom could form on this area of support here. But again, guys, just be wary that this thing could just dump through. I mean, honestly, I don't see anything on the Bitcoin daily that says bullish. So this playing out, probably unlikely. Even Vitalik said we should expect crypto winter. I mean, yeah, you should. And anyone that's telling you that you shouldn't is a fool. Yeah, the famous Wick. Haven't trusted crypto since. Yeah, I mean, it's just exchange based. Like, I just can't believe that they haven't reimbursed people or said anything about it. It's just kind of scummy and ridiculous. All right, Total 2 is Ethereum and the altcoins. Again, guys, possible double bottom. To be fair, I don't think it's going to play out. Nothing really looking bullish on Bitcoin or really altcoins other than XRP, but XRP is not going to hold up the entire Total 2 chart. Ultimately, I think we bounce at 600 billion like we've been saying for weeks now. And yeah, I think that's where we'll have our big bounce and our last big upward swing before capitulation. Capitulation should happen in the next 6-7 months. So total three, same thing. Rejection up here should come down to the 400 billion level. Total three is all the altcoins except Bitcoin and Ethereum, and ultimately not seeing a lot of bullishness here. The XY, very bullish, still following our uptrend line, still looking pretty strong. No signs of reversal. Lots of nice consolidation in here. This is exactly what you want to see for another move upwards. We've been talking about this again for weeks. Double bottom, upward movement. I believe we've been talking about this since the last couple of months, honestly, when the double bottom started to form. But not good for crypto. Not good for really any asset other than the dollar. So moving on. Context patterns. Yeah. Where do you expect the bottom of Bitcoin if the Ukraine crisis is resolved peacefully? I don't think it matters. I think we're still going to have recession. I still think there's lots of economic factors outside of a possible war that will cause us to plummet. And if you can't see that, I mean, the war is the The possibility of war is basically a smokescreen in front of the other 100 economic problems that are wrong right now and need to be resolved. I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, if Putin comes out and says no war, we're saved. Like, no, inflation's still high. Cost of goods are up 20%. People aren't working. Lots of people are suffering, and go to a grocery store. People aren't spending money. Like, they're trying to save. Nothing really screams, hey, this economy's going up. Like, it looks like we're starting to trend down, and honestly, a recession's a good thing. You need recession with an upward market. Like, market's going to keep going up. It needs to go sideways or a little bit down just to cool off, let people buy in. Bitcoin weeklies look horrible, nothing bullish at all. Time frames look bad. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we're still chugging along with the TA, but yeah, let's look at Bitcoin weekly. So yeah, Bitcoin weekly, I mean, again, pretty ugly. We've got a death cross approaching probably in the next 3 or 4 weeks. 20 over the 50. That's really a big mark of the bear market. We've been under the 50 weekly for several weeks now. Nothing, again, screams bullishness to me about anything that's happening right now. Could we get a possible bottom or double bottom at 35,000? Sure, but I'd like to see more confirmation on the daily chart. For the most part, the 100, we're holding right above the 100. And I'm not really looking to DCA until we hit 20, between the 100 and 200 in this area. I started to DCA like 0.25% of my DCA portfolio yesterday. Just because. But you have to remember, 0.25% is nothing. So don't take that and go full port buys right now. Like 0.25% is nothing. Roman, you're a real man on Twitter. Why Egress ripping every 5 minutes from bullish to bearish and back? What happened with this Ichimoku guy on Twitter? He tried to teach everyone he's always right. I think, and not to, Egress is my boy. Like, I like Egress a lot. I think I don't know. I think he's just watching the XRP case and kind of ignoring what Bitcoin's doing. And frankly, I think the SEC XRP case is going to be really bad for XRP. You don't ban an asset in the United States for over a year without some severe consequences. So, honestly, I don't know. I think Egress was slightly bullish because of the bounce. Like he was saying, because we're bouncing, he was expecting a nice bounce and things worked out. But I think macro-wise, he's still very bearish. Like, I don't think he's bullish, and capitulation will happen after 30K. Like once we break 30K, that's where capitulation happens. We'll probably drop anywhere between 30 and 50%. But for the most part, I think he's macro bearish. He's just like short time frame bullish, if that makes sense. I don't know. I haven't really asked him and talked to him that much. I've been just kind of doing my own thing. Nothing against all of the Twitter analysts that I usually talk to, but frankly, I'm finding a lot of inconsistencies with a lot of them, and I'm just like trying to do my own thing. Plus, I teach a trading class. I've got a Discord. I've got, a lot going on where I just don't have time to answer everybody's damn questions all the time. When do you think Bitcoin will not be seen as a risk asset? When people start using Bitcoin in real life. Like, no one uses Bitcoin or cryptocurrency for anything. So frankly, until Bitcoin has a use case, never. I mean, I think cryptocurrency will eventually be used, but now, I mean, it's just going to be a risky asset until then. What about alt season? It already happened. Already happened. Saying that for a while. It already happened. But all right, Bitcoin Daily. I tweeted about this double top, bearish divergence, bearish MACD, volume going up, price going down now. Ignoring this, which now from this top here, we're going down. We have bearish price action. So frankly, I think we're going to continue going lower. I don't see anything on this chart that screams bullish to me. We still have another 40 minutes until daily close, so could expect a little bit of sideways movement, but ultimately I am expecting quite the crash. This sideways movement kind of looks like, sideways movement before another move down. It looks like they're trying to allow the lower time frames to cool off so we can dump more. I mean, it all just depends. Could we maybe pull back up and then go down? Sure. I mean, that's always on the table, but for now, I just can't imagine that we're going to break 41,500 and go to 50K. Nothing on this chart's very bullish. One thing I do note, though, volume's still relatively low. So if we do want to break down to 30K, we need to see more volume come in. Maybe larger spikes like this. That would be very bearish price action. If that happens, 30K could break, but honestly, I do expect a nice little relief bounce around 30K. We'll wait for a pattern before we do anything, but for now, I mean, I think we're just going to continue going lower. Nothing really says very bullish to me right now. Yeah, we already had alt season 2 of them. Yeah, we really did. I mean, everyone's like expecting altcoins to do these crazy gains, and like, it already happened. Oh, I meant this beef with Ichimoku Doc, or how he's called. Yeah, so Ichimoku Doc was in a Telegram group with me, Egrist, and a couple other people on Twitter. And guy's an idiot. He was bullish, and it's okay to be wrong. But he's just an idiot. He was bullish all throughout this move right here. Bullish. He was bullish. He was telling us to buy. He was giving us reasons to buy. I wasn't buying it. I was like, dude, you're full of shit. Like, you don't know what you're doing. And now that we hit over here, now he's saying that he called the top and that he knew that a drop was coming. Like, I have the old messages from him that say we were bullish at these levels. And I'm like, there's no way. Like, no shot that we're bullish. And he lied to everyone, and he's just, lying for engagement, to gain followers, to make people think that he's some kind of, charting guru. Like, he was wrong, and he's not accepting that he was wrong. And I called him out for it, and he blocked me for it. And frankly, I think he's got no backbone, and he's just a little rat. Because if you're, stand by your analysis, stand by what you say, don't, lie and cheat people. That's totally not okay. And, I admit that I've been wrong. Like, I was wrong about this pump, and I've said I've been wrong, although I think it was a lot of spoofing. I've said many times there were a couple of bullish indications that said that was going to go up. With that said, at least I could admit that I was wrong. And he, on the other hand, was wrong in saying that, he's saying the complete opposite of what he said when we were at the top. So he's full of shit. Thoughts on ETH and Sol on weekly chart? I mean, look at the Bitcoin chart. That'll give you an answer for your altcoins. They're all going down. Real quick, I kind of wanted to show you guys, because this is a great example of something I've been talking about for quite some time. This is ADA, and I drew two very large macro levels. We have about $1, and we have about 35 to 37 cents. Now, I want you guys to notice something. Between $1 and 30 cents, there is no support. Okay? No support. None. Zip. Zero support. This is what most altcoins look like. Go to any altcoin chart, draw two large macro levels. This is what most altcoins look like. Okay? So don't be fooled and say, oh, we're going to have alt season. Like, we've already broken through macro support. And honestly, I think this is going to go down another 60, 70%. I mean, look at one. One's next macro level, macro support level. Well, I mean, if you want to consider this, maybe. I mean, we went from 35 cents all the way down to 20, retested, and again, this is a very volatile coin, but the next macro level is 0.04. We were at 13 cents. You're talking again about a 60% drop. Dogecoin, I'm not even going to bother with. Dogecoin's going to zero. It'll never exist. Mana. Just drawing some quick little macro levels. I mean, you're in the middle here, but your macro levels are there, maybe some here. And you're talking about another 40% to 80% drop before this thing bottoms. Guys, these altcoins don't look bullish. There's not going to be an altcoin season. Like, nothing here is bullish at all. So don't be fooled, and don't listen to these clowns on Twitter. They don't know what they're doing. So Cardano, the real short. Yeah, I mean, you could short the hell out of Cardano right now. You'd probably be okay. Would you start your DC at 30K? No, if we break 30K, I'm waiting for 20. Because if you go to a weekly chart, there is no support between 30 and 20. Just zoom out. Draw like a macro level right here. No support between 30 and 20. I would fully wait for 20K. Whether it takes 2 or 3 weeks, I'll wait for 20K. Start buying at that level. And yeah, ultimately, waiting to start at the bottom. No reason to accumulate before. Chainlink done yet? No, I mean, all these alts are looking exactly the same. I mean, Ethereum is maybe an exception, but ultimately, Ethereum will most likely go all the way down to 1,700 again, and then probably 1,300. But if we're being frank and serious, I think anywhere between 800 and 1,300 Ethereum is the bottom. So you're talking about another 70% drop. You know, guys, be wary that nothing on these charts looks bullish. I mean, we've been talking about this ascending wedge breakdown on Ethereum, and since that breakdown, we're down 33%. At one point, we're down 50%. Let's go back to Bitcoin for a little bit here. Looking at a 12-hour? Look at 12. So yeah, I mean, you guys can see this very obviously. We have volume going up, price going down, very bearish. No weakness in MACD. RSI approaching oversold, so a big breakdown could happen. Could we have a nice little pullback up to this area? Sure, but I'm not expecting one. And even if we do get one, I mean, there's nothing on this chart that's bullish, so it's okay. Pullbacks happen. 4-hour real quick. 4-hour, I do see some reasons for a pullback. One, MACD divergence. Just with the momentum bars. 2, RSI divergence here. We have our price going down, RSI going up, but this could just be for a reset. Our daily and our 12-hour are very bearish, so to be honest, a 4-hour showing some divergences doesn't necessarily mean a lot to me. Yo, thanks, Terry. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. 800, bro, would be a good deal if it happens. Yeah, I mean, trust me, if Ethereum drops to 800, I'm buying a lot. There's just no reason not to. What about XRP? XRP has never broken its all-time high, and honestly, I don't feel like putting the chart because it's a useless asset. And it's not deflationary. They can create supply out of thin air. XRP is doing the opposite of what crypto was intended to do, which was be deflationary, hold value. XRP can be printed at any single point in time and completely reduce its value. So I don't know why people are so obsessed with XRP. It's never broken its 27 all-time high. 2017 all-time high. Did I say 27? 2017 all-time high. And frankly, I'm I've never been bullish on XRP. Is Richard Hart another scammer? Hex did well. Let's pull up the Hex chart then. I don't even know where. I'm pretty sure Hex is down like 90% right now. Ethereum has no cap on amount too. Ethereum is literally a deflationary asset, and they're burning Ethereum every single day. So you're actually wrong about that. What about Solana? I can pull up Solana for a second. Try and find the chart. What's this thing? Solana. I mean, again, another altcoin that's trading between macro levels, and look at this, man. Yeah, dude, Solana's going all the way down to $53 for sure. Wow, look at that weekly. I mean, guys, this is what a bull market does. It'll come back to here. It might even go down to 20. Yeah, that's not. We'll keep an eye on this one, but we're between macro levels here, 125 and 50, and there's no support in between. So ultimately, I think we're going to continue dropping. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Hex is a scam coin. Fairly certain on that. Fairly positive. Great stream again after taking a well-deserved week off. Legend. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I plan to stream at least 2 days this week, maybe Friday. It just depends. I've been really busy, and with the weather getting better, probably won't be streaming like 3 times a week like I did this winter, but we'll still be streaming like quite often. Maybe do some weekend streams, but I mean, always active in Discord. If you want to join the analysis program or the trading school, you can. Put a lot of time and effort in my students. They're learning a ton. We're going through price action still, so. And if you've missed out on the last couple lectures, you can always go back if you're in Patreon and check it out. So if you're interested in that, I mean, check it out in Discord. I think it's worthwhile. There's a lot of information, and I'm always responsive with my students. If they want something, I teach it to them. If they're curious or have questions, I always answer them. I know you don't like the lower time frames, but look at the 30-minute chart. It looks like a double top. That's not a double top. This looks like a descending wedge, if anything. But again, like, I don't really trust a 30-minute chart when the 1 day and the 12-hour look awful, and same with the weekly. Frankly. Would I scoop up Matic below 60 cents? Matic below 60 cents. I don't think I'll ever buy Matic. Again, another coin that hasn't shown me any relevant data before 2018. It's never been in a bear market, and frankly, if it loses 142, it ain't good. So, I don't know. It's a good question, but this isn't good, and you're looking at a 64% drop, just like most altcoins. I think most altcoins are gonna really shit the bed. It's unfortunate that people are expecting alt season and buying alts right now. Trading course includes trading signals. Yes, kind of. I mean, I post trade setups and we talk about them, walk through them. On this daily chart, we talked about the double top and how to trade it. We discussed entries and where to put stop loss and whatnot, where to buy the breakdown. And ultimately, anyone that did trade that, I know a couple of my students did, they made some nice money on it. Have I talked about Russia yet? I have not, because honestly, I don't know the whole situation. I just know that Russia is sending troops to their rebel groups in the Ukraine. And if this does kind of blow up, the U.S. could get involved because it involves NATO. We're a part of NATO. And if the U.S. gets involved, then China could possibly get involved. And I mean, ultimately, I don't think it's gonna be as dramatic as people think, but I don't know. I'm just not. I mean, if in America, I believe there's three things that start war. We need Americans to die. Man, I can't remember. Grade school history class, but I know there's three things that need to happen, and one of them is innocent Americans die. Innocent Americans die, then we will go fight. But if it's their own conflict, I don't know. I mean, Joe Biden's a walking corpse, so really anything could happen. It's very unpredictable, and frankly, I think someone else is pulling the strings with Joe Biden, but it's kind of up to him. The moon blocked me as I post him in every of his tweets. The screenshot of the demo account. Yeah, man, that guy exposed himself. He is so screwed. Nice to watch your live stream finally. Cheers from Germany. Cheers. Hopefully you guys can resolve that conflict in Europe, man. It's getting crazy. Yeah, all media lies just forget about inflation. Like I said, yeah, I think the whole Russia thing is just more smokescreen to put in front of all the other BS that's happening right now to get people distracted. And the media does this all the time with anything. And frankly, it's kind of upsetting that that's what they do. And they lie about things. I mean, we saw when last week they said that there was a car explosion and it was Russian. I don't know what to believe at the media. Oh, the Ukraine isn't NATO? Okay, that's good. Crypto, the next .com bubble, longer bear market than anyone expects. Probably if we go into recession. That's what I'm hoping for. Nasdaq's futures down 350. Yeah, I saw that. I saw the pre-market looks horrible. Actually, let me pull it up real quick. And again, for those of you that missed the beginning of the stream, just want to give a big shout out to Big Chode. It's at Big Cheds on Twitter. I call him Big Chode because he's a complete idiot. When we were at these levels, he was telling me that volume didn't matter and yada yada, volume doesn't matter. And I told him it does matter. It carries momentum and shows, supply and demand and what people want. And he told me it didn't matter. And I'm sure he bought the top and is now down 20%. So shout out to you, Big Chode. You're making me validate my arguments even more. Seeing that you make and write your own books and no one buys them now makes sense to me. Never, never, never. So if you believe in your project. Oh. Yeah, digital currency will never go away. But the problem is like I could buy 50% lower in 3 or 4 months. And when we go to 100 or 200K, I make a 5x versus a 2.5x. So like, sure, I mean, you can be that guy and be like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna like do all this crazy stuff and start buying now. But if you're patient, you just look at the charts and see all the bearishness on it. You'll be like, oh, I could have gotten a huge discount. So to Big Child, I like that. Yeah, he is a big child. Yeah, he came after me too, and he was like totally playing the victim. It was kind of sad, really sad. Guy sucks. One thing I do know, I mean, it's just chopping. It is an ugly 4-hour candle, though. Ugly. That is not what you want to see. Frankly, the daily looks ugly too. No, I don't think so because they needed to distribute again, and that's why we have a double top this time. That's why. Bitcoin dominance, yeah, still following the double bottom, still trending up. Like I said, I fully expect this to continue going higher. Man, Bitcoin is dropping like a... Sucks that I sold my trade already. I just thought we'd have a bounce by now. Didn't expect the Russian news to really get big until later this week, but it is what it is. Can't win them all. What's up, Jose? How's it going, man? Sand to $1. I'm not going over pump and dump coins. Sorry, man. All right. Well, let's see. Let me see if I can teach you guys something fast. Price action. So, if you guys have ever wanted to know anything about price action, one, I teach it in my trading school, and it essentially validates moves. It validates patterns. So essentially, we have a double top here, and what we want to see is volume going up as we break through this resistance, or I guess support. Now it's support. So we broke through the support, lots of volume coming in relative to prior candles. Now, as we move down, we want to see this volume go up even higher. So now we're seeing volume go up even higher as we're starting to break further down. I mean, could we bounce here and go up? Sure, but this would just further validate the double top ultimately. But yeah, if you guys are looking for validation in moves, especially with longer term time frames, I would look for something like this, where we have volume going up, price going down, or vice versa. Again, another just quick showcase of price action when it's bullish. Again, you have volume going up, price going up. All of this validates as bullish. Again, this is all exhaustion in here as volume's going down, price going up. That's followed by this extension, so you could have sold anywhere. Ultimately, I don't think anyone got this top. But yeah, I mean, essentially, you want to see volume validate your moves. Volume going up, price going up, bullish. Volume going down, price going up, bearish. That's what leads to this big dump. But yeah, just a real quick tip for you guys. I know a lot of people look for validations in their moves, and ultimately look at volume, look what volume's doing, look how it's trending. Usually works as good momentum. Great time to DCA and lower overall cost if any got in too late or even since last July. Yeah, I mean, you could, but ultimately I think we're going to break 30K, so probably rather soon. And again, being fair and frank, I'm not going to DCA. What are we, like 30% higher? We're 40% higher, 20% higher. I mean, yeah, I'm going to wait it out. I'll DCA when I see fit. So another big thing, you guys are asking, what about a retest of this trend line? First of all, you don't break out and retest lower. That's just not how anything works with trading. Also, this diagonal line I left on this chart to show that diagonal lines are not as accurate as people think. Although we had a breakout here, we went up 10% from that breakout and are now breaking back down, which I tried to say on Twitter several different times. I tried to tell people that we're going to break back down. Just be patient. And now we are. And now we're literally below the breakout point again. And I'm sure a lot of retail is trapped, and they're going to take a lot of losses. Do you prefer logarithmic or regular for crypto? Regular. Logarithmic really doesn't do me any good. Frankly, I don't really rely on diagonal trend lines regardless, unless they're really proven to me. But for the most part, I don't really rely on them. But yeah, man, this is not looking good. It's most likely going to dump to 35, probably before a bounce, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, guys, probably going to end the stream. Kind of talked about what I wanted to. Everything is following exactly how we said it would before I took my little break. Hopefully you guys have been staying active in Discord, seeing everything that's been said. Frankly, keep your eyes out on the Russia stuff. Could get worse before it gets better. Could get better, before it gets worse. We don't really know. I think no one really knows yet. I think the only person that does know is Putin. So keep your eyes out. Make sure you guys are watching valid news sources. It is a big deal if shit hits the fan. And with all that said, guys, if you are interested in a new reliable exchange, I suggest you check out Bitget. I talked about it earlier in the live stream. The reason why I switched is they have the highest rated security, top 5 derivatives trading, liquidity, so your stop losses will not get skipped. And frankly, I like their support team. They always answer my questions. And again, Binance, I used Binance US before this. They're terrible. I'll just show it again. The legendary scam wick that completely got me stopped out. Liquidated means you lost everything. I was up $20,000. I had bought around the 53K range, was riding this all the way up, and had my stop losses. Hadn't moved them yet just because I felt like I didn't need to. And frankly, this happened. This giant wick to 8K. And yes, that's real. It happened in 15 seconds, and I got stopped out and ended up taking a $1,000 loss. I was pretty pissed off. Thankfully, my risk management was very good, and my loss was very small. But just another reminder that if you want a more reliable exchange, check out Bitget. Link is in the description below. Let's see. It's February 21st. I'm going to continue doing my trading classes. So if you want to sign up, wait for March. If not, you'll get charged for all of February and then all of March first. So I suggest wait until March and then sign up. It's a good place to learn if you want to learn how to trade. I believe there's about 40 to 45 students now, and all of them like it. If you have any questions, you can certainly ask them or myself. With all that said, guys, please be patient. Use risk management.